On November 24th, 1971, a man in a suit walked into Portland International Airport with a one-way ticket. His name was Dan Cooper. He boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 and vanished into legend. What followed became one of the most mysterious crimes in FBI history. This is the story of D.B. Cooper, the man who vanished from the sky. Flight 305 was a 30-minute trip from Portland to Seattle. On board were 36 passengers and 6 crew. Cooper looked like any other businessman, mid-40s, black suit, white shirt, narrow black tie. He ordered a bourbon and soda and waited quietly until takeoff. Then, shortly after 3 p.m., everything changed. Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. At first, she assumed it was just a flirtatious gesture until he leaned in and said, "Miss, you'd better read that. I have a bomb." Cooper opened a cheap attaché case, showing what looked like dynamite, wires, and a battery. He dictated a note. He wanted $200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. If not, he'd blow the plane up. The crew informed air traffic control. The FBI mobilized instantly, but they chose to cooperate for the safety of everyone on board. The plane circled Seattle for hours while the FBI gathered the ransom. Finally, at 5:39 p.m., Flight 305 landed. Cooper let the 36 passengers go. He kept the pilots and 1 flight attendant. He was calm, polite, even tipped the flight crew. He rejected a military parachute in favor of civilian ones, odd for an expert jumper. Cooper directed the crew to fly south to Mexico City. He wanted the rear stairs down and to fly low, slow, and with landing gear down. Around 8 p.m., somewhere over the forests of southwestern Washington, the rear stair light came on. A sudden pressure shift. The crew knew Cooper had jumped into a storm at 10,000 feet in the dark, wearing loafers and a business suit. The aircraft landed safely in Reno, but Cooper and the money were gone. The FBI launched NORJAC, the Northwest Hijacking Case. Hundreds of agents combed the forested drop zone by foot, air, and boat. They found nothing. Over 800 suspects were investigated. Some looked promising, like ex-Green Beret Richard Floyd McCoy, who hijacked a plane months later. But McCoy didn't match the witnesses' descriptions, and the FBI ruled him out. In 1980, a boy found $5,800 in decaying $20 bills near the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched the ransom money. The tie Cooper left behind had rare particles of titanium and aluminum, suggesting he worked in aerospace. But there was never enough to name a suspect.